There is a love protection of a man and woman. I mean, love is starting from the Radha Krishna. It's not about the Krishna and Arjuna or I don't know.
These landlords tell you लड़की नहीं आनी चाहिए घर में अंदर कोई लड़की दोस्त नहीं आएंगे and no sure no problems सिर्फ लड़के दोस्त आएंगे लड़की दोस्त नहीं आएगी I don't.
And my mother understands now. So when I first told her, she said that, oh, ये तो homeopathy खाने से ठीक होता है. Right, it's okay. So homeopathy is just next to sympathy. So but it's fine.
मेरे लेस्बियन होने का एक एडवांटेज ये है कि मेरी जो छोटी बहन है वो आराम से किसी भी जाति के लड़के के साथ शादी कर सकती है. एटलीस्ट मम्मी को खुशी है कि वो किसी लड़के के साथ शादी कर सकती है.
Exactly. ये मेरे साथ भी है.
December 2014 was the anniversary of the infamous Supreme Court verdict which recriminalized section 377 of IPC. So that idea suddenly came to all of us that okay, let's do some kind of work. So I said okay fine, let's do rainbow work. We will be wrapping a tree again with woolen like colorful strings, and we'll be painting, we'll be writing words related to sexuality, rights, gender rights, identity, and we will move from one dhaba to the another or one place of JNU to another place of JNU, and we will queerize the space as we queerize ourselves, as we sensitize ourselves about the queer politics. I think it is very important in India for the LGBT movement that student bodies should come in support of it. If the students take up the issue, and that will mean that there will be discussion from the high school, the college to the university level. I came here in January 2006, and I then, of course, got involved in SFI. JNU's election was happening in September, and SFI asked me that if I want to contest, but I said if I contest then I will say that I am gay, and SFI has to back it, and not only this SFI unit of JNU but also the central leadership of SFI. And obviously I got support from different quarters, sections of the campus community. Also quite mixed, responses, while negative responses from many known acquaintances saying that you are playing identity politics. You think there is a politics to get vote share, but it's also the politics of representation. Because if I say that I am gay and you are electing a general secretary candidate who is gay, it is also gives courage for many LGBT people to come out and say that yes, we are gay. It's no more love the way we have seen in Bollywood films, in Hindi films. It's no more love that we have seen in our domestic spaces between a mother and a father. It's no more a love that we have seen my friends doing in the park. You know, it's not love like that. Love is also different. Now I feel that with love I should also use another word, and the more I'm growing up, the more I'm becoming active politically in the LGBT circuit, in this city, in my politics. I think what is more important to get attached to love is solidarity. So love brings solidarity with it.
I'm a writer, so I always wrote poems talking about sexual identities. I try to raise a voice through my teaching, because English literature I used to teach, and literature is such a subject where you can talk about immensely about homosexuality. So there were texts fortunately included in the DU syllabus where we could talk about homosexuality in general. So I put an ad in gaydar.com. So
I think I put it, no?
but I also
Yeah.
put up. So I saw
I
this
don't remember.
person's ad, and then I thought, let me reciprocate, let me see. So I thought, let's meet at a common point in a public place. We met at Delhi Hut, INA Delhi Hut. And this would be our 11th year running?
No, we are 11th completed with the 12th
year running.
year. Yeah.
12th year running. Especially relationship like ours, where there is no social sanctity, where there is no legal sanctity. It's very easy to walk out. You pack your bags and move out. But we can't do that, because otherwise we are vulnerable at points. If we stay alone also, we are vulnerable. And that's why, like, we have to make what you call adjustments, accommodative. We have to be accommodative at certain points. I think all relationships
It's
needs
like, yeah.
it. What I feel is, when you call someone soulmate, there has to be a relationship of souls. The soul has to match. It's like it cannot collide with each other. So that collision should not take place at any moment. But
Poetic,
love has
huh?
to
Note it down. Poetic.
I have seen different colleges, different places, so I have seen most of them discussing their personal lives. So over there also they discuss who plays the husband's role, who plays... This kind of question I did come across, which are very stereotypical question. I don't think anyone is husband or wife over here. Both of us...
But we do project, we do the community. I mean, we do
That's what-
project
that
like
is
the
what
he
is
is my, and we
stereotyping,
call
yeah.
ourselves like, you know, it's like heteronormativity, he's my wife, he's my husband, my
Husband,
husband,
that
he,
kind
and
of-
something like that. We do project.
मैं तो इस फिराक में रहती हूँ कि किस तरीके से ओपन स्पेसेस पे हम इस तरह की चीजें करें कि लोगों को आदत हो कि इस तरह के रिश्ते होते हैं। ये तो मेरे लिए बहुत एक लगता है कि बहुत रिवोल्यूशनरी स्टेप है कि आप जाओ और वो चीजें करो जो आपको मना है।
हम दोनों का मिलना हुआ एक वर्कशॉप में। मेरा जाने का बिल्कुल मूड नहीं था क्योंकि मैं डिप्रेशन के दौर से गुजर रही थी। इनका आने का बिल्कुल मूड नहीं था क्योंकि ये वर्कशॉप कर करके बिल्कुल परेशान हो गई थी। तो फुल ऑन बॉलीवुड था।
तो मुझे आशा वहाँ पे मिली, फिर आशा से मैं अट्रैक्ट हुई और फिर कहा कि हाँ अब ये है कि बस आशा से क्लिक हुआ, ठीक है, क्लिक हुए एक दूसरे के लिए।
बट मुझे उन 4 दिनों में हो गया प्यार और मैंने प्रपोज किया।
सबसे ज्यादा अट्रैक्टिव था उनका खुलापन कि उन्होंने तुरंत सबको बता दिया। 5वें दिन पापा को बता दिया, 5वें दिन ऑफिस में बता दिया। मैंने कहा इतनी खुली लड़की तो मैंने कहीं नहीं देखी। मैं मुंबई से हूँ और अभी दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ क्योंकि आशा दिल्ली में रहती है। अभी मैं NAPM करके है जो नेशनल अलायंस ऑफ पीपल्स मूवमेंट है, उनके साथ मैं काम करती हूँ, जो अलग अलग जन आंदोलनों का एक राष्ट्रीय समन्वय है। अब तक जो मेरी प्रीवियस रिलेशनशिप में मैं तरसती थी कि ये लोग बोलें, एक्सेप्ट करें कि हम रिलेशनशिप में हैं और ये मेरी पार्टनर है। मेरे लिए वो एक चुनौती थी उस वक्त कि जो प्लेटफॉर्म इन्होंने मेरे लिए बनाया है, जो एक ओपन स्पेस मेरे लिए क्रिएट करी है, वो सेम स्पेस, सेम रिस्पेक्ट, सेम प्लेटफॉर्म मैं उनके लिए अपने यहाँ पे क्रिएट करूँ। फिर मैंने इनके सामने मम्मी को अपनी पूरी स्टोरी बताई। सो इनकी वजह से वो मैं कर पाई।
लड़ाई में बहुत सारी पुरानी बातें ले आती हैं।
हाँ, कनेक्ट करती हूँ,
बहुत चीज़ों को कनेक्ट करती है। ये तब हुआ था, ये तब हुआ था, अच्छा ये उस समय भी हुआ था, ये वाली गलती तुमने आज भी कर दी है, अच्छा तुमने वो भी करा, मैंने उस समय तुम्हें ऐसे मना किया था। मैंने कौन सी गलती भाई, कल का खाना तो याद नहीं, परसों की गलती कहाँ से याद रहेगी। पहले ही जबरदस्ती सब पे होने का नाटक कर, अरे इतना अच्छा खोल दिया।
बट घर पे हम कोशिश करते हैं कि मुझे लगता है कि वो थोड़ा सा जल्दी आ जाए, एटलीस्ट खाने के टाइम तक आ जाए, एटलीस्ट 8:30 बजे तक आ जाए, ठीक है 9 बजे तक आ जाए। होता है ना कि जब आप एक इंसान के साथ रह रहे हो तो आपको अकेले क्यों खाना खाना है, तो फिर मतलब क्या उस इंसान के साथ में रहने का, कि आपको अकेले ही खाना खाना है, मतलब आपको अकेले ही खाना खाना है और आपको सो जाना है, फिर वो बंदा आएगा, फिर अपना खाना खाएगा, अपना सो जाएगा, तो मेरी लाइफ अकेली, उसकी लाइफ अकेली, तो हम दोनों के साथ में रहने का मतलब क्या है।
नहीं ये तो हाँ, ये मैंने सोचा था। और हाँ,
प्यार के एक्सप्रेशंस पहले भी थे समाज में, अभी भी हैं और हमेशा रहेंगे। अगर कुछ चीज़ बदलने की ज़रूरत है तो वो है लोगों का दिमाग, उनकी सोच। और ये बिल्कुल स्प्रिंग की तरह होता है कि जितना आप इन चीज़ों को दबाओगे उतनी वो चीज़ें ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेस होगी, ज़्यादा उछलेगी। आप एक बार अपना नज़रिया बदलो, चीज़ें आपको बदली हुई नज़र आएंगी।
I'd seen him on and off, like social media, and it's a very small world. And yeah, he was funny, very very funny. Yeah, that's how I guess it started. And yeah,
All it took was a joke, huh?
no. Oh, you believe me, it's very fine. It's hard to find people who can make you laugh.
I don't belong to the school of thought that says, you got to scream out your sexuality from the rooftop. If you're straight, you don't have to scream it out. If you're gay, you don't have to scream it out. But I will not hide it also. Being in love and being in a relationship are two extremely different things. And I think there's a lot of respect. Respect means there's a lot more that you have invested in towards each other, committed to, and there's a lot more that you like about each other, to be able to see each other through day in, day out, and want to see each other the next day also.
Next day also. For me, it was more than that. It was more companionship, more, to be together, to spur each other towards our goals, maybe help each other.
Amplify each other.
Amplify each other, as in that's the word I use, nahi? Amplify, yeah. That was more my idea of love.
Come here. One big kissy to daddy. One big kissy. One big kissy. And this man just bends everything that you have any assumptions about a gender identity or a role play. He's a brilliant cook. He feeds me all the time. He is my spider squasher. He's my knight in shining armor. He's the one who will hammer a nail on the wall if I need to hang a painting. I won't. I won't go near the pressure cooker. I'm too precious about it. I think it'll blow up and I'll spoil my face. He does everything. He's like all of it rolled up in this amazing package. So, and quite a package. So.
Well, in like 10 words, okay, you just told me that, okay, I'm the biggest control freak.
He is a control freak too, but it kind of works for me.
Strangely enough, this is my first relationship. True relationship.
Yeah, and this is probably my 13th or 14th.
13th or 14th.
True relationship.
My mom is completely cool with it, okay. My sister says she's cool with it, okay. But when it comes down to social functions and everything like that, it does get trickier. But acknowledging it somehow changes things for them, and they are not at a point where that acknowledgement is duly available. So we hardly do many family functions, though
Which
we
kind
have
of stresses
the
out our
relationship.
relationship also. It puts stress on our relationship because sometimes there are certain events that I'm not invited to, and it hurts me deeply. If you were like this heteronormative couple who, husband and wife, where the wife was not being accepted by the sasur and the nanad and the sala and what they were and whatever, you'd feel horrible and you'd hate your husband for it and say, nahi tum ye ho, wo. You'll end up fighting at home about it. It's the same. It feels very strange.
It's a very strange space where individually there is acceptance, but when like they move into a social sphere, it becomes difficult for them to acknowledge the fact that, okay, fine, that both of us are together and partners. So yes, it is difficult where you don't get invited and everything like that. Yeah.
Regular old-fashioned romance doesn't come to you so easily because regular old-fashioned romance is socially, it's a social idea more than anything else. You know, when a couple goes to a coffee shop and looks at each other with, you know, mooning at each other, the people around you go, oh, and that kind of adds to that. Queer men don't have that. Society doesn't want me to go out in a park and hold hands and sit like the rest of the heterosexual people do. Janta doesn't allow me to be any other way. It doesn't allow me to be romantic. You don't allow me the love of it. You only allow me the sex of it. So I'll grab whatever I'm getting.
When I go to teach my students, my duty is to tell them that I'm transgender. I'm not a gay professor. One of the convocation dinners where the graduating students, they come with their parents. I went there wearing a sari, and that day I realized that I thought I had got my prize. That my students, they were proudly introducing me to their parents. Being in a relationship, again, it goes back to how selfish species we are, human beings. We cannot be alone. That's why constantly we need attention. I think love is also born out of self-love. At this age, I sort of not even welcome people with baggages of like, I want a discreet relationship. Again, I'll use a Hindi film dialogue कि जो सबके सामने नहीं है वो नाजायज़ है, जो चोरी छुपे होता है वो जायज़ नहीं है, जायज़ वही होता है जो सबके सामने होता है. I always wanted to make films, and Raj Kapoor is the person or filmmaker, or his films inspired me to make films. Something which I very strongly feel about queer cinema is that, okay, there are lots of filmmakers who are talking about the pain, the agony, or the struggle, or the of recognition, or basically how sad or helpless we've been victimized. For me, the issue is normalizing LGBT or homosexuality. The tone of my stories would be that also, I mean, we also exist and it's yet another life. That casual is the attitude or is the tone of my films. I've been a huge Helen fan ever since I was a little child. When Anurag was doing Gangs of Wasipur, I figured that it's set in Bihar and you have Londa performances there. We discussed about it, me and Anurag, and finally he said, okay, this is my dream come true, doing an item number where I am the only item girl. Though it's not, it doesn't fall into the category of the so-called item number. The casting director for Highway, he called me. And they wanted someone like me. But then when I went on the location, Imtiaz was explaining how the characters are. I felt that the story, and the way he explained, is that you two are in a relationship. probably a live-in relationship. Dialogues mein Randeep Hooda is telling him that, oh, you have also become like this one. Haan, teri mardangi kam ho gayi. Here's what he's trying to say. So a friend of mine said, no, but in future you should not be a part of such project. Like, you only could see that dialogue, but you did not realize the situation. That here is this man who is in some interior of Haryana, एक ट्रांसजेंडर को अपना वाइफ का दर्जा देके वो अपना ताऊ जी इसके उसके साथ बैठा है. So that is quite an achievement.
When the judgment came, that time few things happened. Like gay tourism happened, then gay spas and saloons opened up, the gay websites, gay dating sites and all, they become very popular, randomly popular. Okay, but after 377, judgment of the High Court, the Apex Court, the Supreme Court, this economic factor, socio-economic factor did not change. Parties are happening, spas are still open, they are functioning, and gay tourism might have got a subtle blow down, but not that way, not drastically.
I went and did Survivor India as the token gay boy on the show, trying to prove to the world that, you know, we are all not vicious, bitchy little things that everybody assumes through various Karan Johar movies or what's his name, the man who made fashion, I keep on forgetting his name. Madhur Bhandarkar movies, where there's all these camp stereotypes. And I have nothing against camp. What I'm saying is, just don't show just one kind of a personality.
See, for me, activism, I mean, there is a phrase in English, no? Charity begins at home. I say, so does activism. Do you feel proud to be who you are at your workplace, in front of your family, or probably people who are out to their parents and their immediate family? Are you proud to be who you are in front of your distant cousins and your distant uncles, aunts? Unless and until I'm really proud about who I am, I'll never ever be able to convince the whole world or society or whoever they say.
Pride is that, you know, carnivalesque kind of space. People come together, they hang out, they talk, they discuss. So there is a kind of solidarity, there is a kind of love, you know, gets exchanged within the community. And I walk the entire year in this city with that memory, you know. So I think that is why pride is important, and that is what pride looks for, that is love.
When somebody outright tells you that you are a minuscule minority, I know the importance of standing in there and being counted. However, I'm pretty disillusioned with all of the politics that is involved. I think it is important to have like a cohesive face that works together and not just go completely all over. Like Bombay Pride recently, there were like two groups happening and everything like, which is, I think, just too weird.
पूरा LGBT समाज जो अभी लड़ रहा है, अगर आप उनको देखें, उनका क्लास देखें, उनकी जो लैंग्वेज है बात करने की वो देखें, उनका जो मीडिया में प्रेजेंस है वो देखें, इन सारे प्रेजेंस में कितने प्रतिशत लोग हैं जो किसी गांव के हैं. सिर्फ इंग्लिश और हिंदी को छोड़ के अपने यहाँ पे हज़ारों और भी भाषाएं हैं. उन भाषाओं के लोगों का प्रतिनिधित्व नहीं है, उन लोगों का बिल्कुल प्रतिनिधित्व नहीं है जिनकी आवाज़ ही नहीं है. एक तबका है जो बहुत डीपली इन मुद्दों को सोचता है, समझता है. जैसे आशा ने कहा, सेक्सुअलिटी है क्या, जो सिर्फ LGBT के मुद्दों को लेके नहीं लड़ता है, जो पेट्रियार्की को लेके लड़ता है, जो जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को लेके लड़ता है, जो डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस को लेके लड़ता है, क्योंकि ये सारे मुद्दे एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं, कनेक्टेड हैं.
I think the activists can only do this much. But the rest is the huge, say, 95% of that awareness we only have to spread. So that's, I think, my kind of activism, which I do. Like my colleague, my friends' daughters, they call me Bua.
I think the basic idea is to really, and I keep on reiterating it, is that to show how ordinary this love is and how ordinarily extraordinary this love is. Like each one of us out there, when we feel love and all the emotions that we go through, feeling all powerful, feeling fantastic, feeling vulnerable, that's it. Love is really just an emotion, and it's genderless.
क्या सीन है भाई?
नहीं, मेरा तो है कि लॉन्ग टर्म पार्टनरशिप का, एक तो रहेंगे साथ में, और बाकी है कि हाँ अपना इंडिविजुअल काम करेंगे, ये तो है। अंत तक एक दूसरे पे डिपेंड नहीं होना, डिपेंडेंसी नहीं रखेंगे एक दूसरे पे, क्योंकि जब तक इंडिपेंडेंट आप फील करते हो ना, बहुत सारे डिसीजन ले सकते हो।
Heterosexual people have the right to, whether they want or not, have children, get married, everything. You have all the rights that citizens should have. Why am I, as a citizen of a country, just because I'm queer, denied all those rights that should have been default by mine?
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I should
can
have the
be
option,
as
should I
good or
want to.
bad a
It doesn't
parent as
matter.
anybody
Yeah.
else.
It doesn't matter whether I want to personally have or not, but I should have the right.
Not big plans, I don't know, dream world, to live happily, peacefully, that's the future plan, you know. That's it. To live happily, yeah. That's the main agenda, that's the big objective.
Don't run around for peace anywhere else.
Live happily, yeah.
And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah. That's
the last line.
And I think my country one day will definitely stand for queer rights. Definitely my country will, tell people and tell the people of the world that, listen, like India is proud to have its queer citizens, so, and who contribute, a lot to the society.